Welcome to Ethereum Cat Herders meeting 64. I have just shared the agenda in chat. So the first item on the agenda is ECH updates. The number one is ECH website. We are having some trouble with the website. I suppose is it with hosting. I had a chat with Anvatika team about this, and it seems like they are having some trouble hosting the server, and they provided some alternative. They are thinking of some alternative. I'm going to read the message that I have received from them. It seems like we are still troubleshooting on our end, and if this issue persists, we think we are not stable enough in a position to maintain expected quality that is especially related to hosting. And that being said, there are some alternatives such as DigitalOcean, Linode, and AWS like platform for a higher uptime, and that may be more aligned to with respect to deployment expectations that we have, like how frequent we send them to update the website. I don't see Michael here to talk more about it, but I'll be curious to just discuss on other alternatives. I remember when we had this website, the Ethereum Cat Herders website a year back, it was hosted on the GitHub platform only. We didn't use any other outside services. What do people think generally, like would make sense to, should we go for alternatives such as DigitalOcean's Linode, or should we explore something here?
No, that might not be a bad option, and you have more uptime and might be able to save some money on hosting costs.
I would agree. As much as I would agree, I might be looking for some help. So if anybody from the community or from the group, they know how to get it hosted with the help of GitHub, please reach out to me and we'll try to explore this option as well. I think I had a chat with Hudson in this regard, and he is also trying to figure out what best can be done. And his suggestion was also to move with what we thought earlier, like with the GitHub hosting. So let's keep this option open. And in the meanwhile, we'll try to work with Anvatika team for whatever we can do to keep our website updated and have uptime as much as possible.
How much is the GitHub hosting? I know it's DigitalOcean.
Zero. I don't think we pay anything for GitHub hosting.
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
We just have to align our DNS for that, because they provide something like GitHub.io whatever your name is .com. So we just have to kind of connect both of them. Like it should point towards ethereumcatherders.com. At least that's the way it was maintained earlier, from what I could read. Maybe I'll have to be looking too much into it, because I know we did it last time, so it's possible this time as well, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to put that much time into it and like redo it. So if anyone is interested and they know how to get it done, I'll be happy to get in touch. All right, moving on, the meeting notes. Sorry about that. On meeting notes, so we are doing good on meeting notes as much as I remember. We are done with all core dev meeting notes for the last meeting. For ETH2, there were some issues with the video recording. We got it uploaded just yesterday, and I have received a confirmation from the person assigned that he will be working on it. For EIP, I think we already have the notes available in the repository. Moving on, the next one is ECH engineering. I know Alita was looking for some help, but unfortunately she couldn't make the meeting today. So I'll wait for some more time, and maybe I'll keep it in the next meeting and see what she is actually looking for, and like maybe in terms of resources or anything else. So we'll see when she joins back in the next meeting. Next one is Cat Blazers. I know William has just shown. William Schwab, if you have anything on that you would like to update.
Wow, sorry, my brain is like a total
Ah,
scrambled egg right now.
no.
Give me a bit. I'll try and collect my thoughts. Just to, like try and organize what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks and try and say something about it.
Sorry to put you on the spot. Definitely
No,
not a
no
problem.
problems. Okay.
Not a problem. All right. We'll keep moving on ECH ops. There are some tasks that I have been performing, like coordinating with a lot of people. We have received some new requests as well. That's still like kind of in like very early stage. So I'll wait for a week or two to speak more on that. And on EIP and ERC editing, we have been scheduling meetings. We had this last meeting, I think a couple of weeks ago, and we did like 5 to 7 proposals reviewed and just left comments on that. I feel like this is a very good thing that we are doing together as a group, like new people are learning from the experienced editor. And in that process, we are trying to actually explore what we can have listed as best practices so we can publish it later on for people to refer to. So I personally find it very helpful and useful. I don't know, again, William Schwab, if you have to anything add on top of that, how we are doing on the EIP and ERC editing meetings.
So I'd say there's increasing interest over time. The current meetings that we have right now, I'd say, are super, super useful. I know that personally I have dipped my toe in the water, so to speak, as a result of those meetings in terms of getting a bit more involved with EIP, ERC feedback. I feel like it's a slow process in the beginning, just to kind of like get a wider picture of what's going on in the ecosystem, like both what's in the repo, what should be in the repo, what's in the repo in the wrong way, how to deal with it all and all of that. But I do feel like we are making actually like very, very good progress, and it might be a while until we see like good results from it, but I really do feel like they're coming.
I totally agree with that. And the best part here is we are seeing the progress, and we are very much hopeful that we will be in a position that we would like to see ourselves to be in a sense, like we have decreased the number of open pull requests so far, and we expect to keep that going lower and lower. So days are not far away. All right. On the new ECH initiatives, I do not have much to update on it. There are few tasks under progress. So I'll wait for a couple of more meetings to see in which direction it is going, and then we'll provide more update on that. So that's the last under this first item subhead. We can come back on this item again later on. So moving on, the number 2 item is Ethereum London Upgrade Community Call. So we have Ethereum London Upgrade Community Call organized just yesterday. It went well. It was good in a sense, like people appreciated the group that were present on the call, and the content that was provided, like there was complete summary of what all proposals went into the upgrade. And we also get to know about some of the feature changes in popular infrastructure providing tools, just like Etherscan, Coinbase, and we also had invited the Rainbow Wallet. So it's a good mix of participants on the call, and I'm happy that people like this experiment will try to keep getting community people together and have them on the platform where they can exchange thoughts.
Oh, that's good. Are we also planning on having a countdown like we did previous upgrades?
Oh, you meant Altair. Oh, yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's a good one. Let me think over it. So yeah,
it's a bit late in the game to have a countdown for London. It could be maybe it would be a better idea if we throw in with one of the other countdowns, like maybe attend one of the other ones kind of officially, like reach out to ETHStaker or something like that.
So here's the thing, like we didn't have this countdown this time just because ETHStaker is having this meeting at the same time, the countdown, and we didn't want it to split the community this time. It happened with the last upgrade Berlin, that we both were having the calls at the same time. So we moved it a couple of days earlier than the actual deployment date. And yes, the ETHStaker will be having the countdown community call for London.
should we collab with them? Like, do you think it's worth reaching out to ETH and saying like, would you mind if we also just like spread your call on social media and attend?
Yes, I'm working on that. So yes,
Oh, cool.
I'm in touch with those guys. Yes.
Yeah, if
Oh,
we could
great.
increase engagement, that'd be great. Like anything else.
Right. So Michael from the Envatica team, he is also one of the key members of ETH Stakers community. So I'm in touch with him and trying to get that done. And that's why we moved our call before the actual date of upgrade. And about the altar, I pretty much like the suggestion. I'm not sure how much ready we are, but as I understand, we still have some time. It's in the testnet phase only, and the two team is discussing like whether or not they should have another testnet like a DevNet done. Based on that, I'm assuming that there would be at least 4 to 6 weeks time left for Altair. This is just based on my assumption. I may be wrong. I'm not giving any figure like when Altair is going to happen. But if that is there, so we will have enough time to prepare on that part as well. Let's see if there is any further suggestion on what all should be included. Please let us know. All right, moving ahead, PEEP and EEP. So in the past 2 weeks, we did, I believe we had 3 PEEP and EEP recorded. One was with the brief history of Ethereum future with Benjamin Edgington. Then we did March special EIP 3675 with Mikhail Kalanin. There was another one, the block gas limit with Vitalik Buterin. All these are very good collection. I would highly recommend people to go ahead and watch, except for block gas limit, because that is not out yet. That is still under processing. But we have the merge proposal EIP 3675 and the brief history of Ethereum's future with Benjamin Edgington available on the PEEP and EEP playlist. This is really relevant to the present upgrades and tasks that Ethereum both chains are looking forward. In the coming weeks, so we have 2 more PEEP and EEP plan. One is for EIP 2981, that is NFT royalty standard with Blaine Malone, planned on August 4th. That is tomorrow at 1600 UTC. That is at different than our usual time. So people who want to join, please be sure that it's not at 1830, it is at 1600 UTC. There is this another one we are planning with Tomas that is on MEV and Flashbot. That would be next week on August 10th. So that's on PEEP and EEP. Thank you everyone who joined PEEP and EEP regularly, and to them as well who watches it, because I've received quite a few good feedback that these proposals, the way we are presenting is turned out to be very, very helpful. And it helps understand the concept as well as to know where to go if they have any question on that topic or on that proposal. So thank you, the Ethereum community, for supporting us so much.
Tomas is coming on for MEV?
Right.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Sorry, just a second.
Yeah, I just got the confirmation yesterday. I know I have to still update the like project board. I'll do that today. Yes. All right. Moving on, the ECH Discord moderating and engagement. I'm happy to say that we are in like way better position than we were few weeks ago. Now we have 3 bots set up on our Discord channel, and fortunately we did not see any spam by bots, like people joining a server and trying to spam other people. With the help of Nethermind team, I know many other people supported in getting this thing done. So thank you to everyone. I'll be maybe looking for more people to join in, help us moderating for the good content on the different channels. But in general, the major problem of bot attack, I personally feel that it is under control.
Awesome. Thank you, bot masters.
Yeah, they have pretty good bots around. And I reached out to different groups, what they are using in their server, and it helped. So far, I feel like, because I see Wigbot especially, they do not allow any of the user whose account is less than 7 days old. So what we observed in past, like we get bot raid with 50 bots joining at same time, and they were just created 0.0 days. So now we are good in that, and that's why probably we have not found any raids so far. Oh, I just
Wait, so you're the bot master?
I just have like said how many days we have. We might have to manipulate that. All right. Yeah, that's on the ECH Discord thing. Now on the ECH funding, good news is we received the funding from Molak. We received 11 shares. Thank you, Molak, for providing us funds to continue what we are doing as Ethereum cat herders, as the decentralized project management group. Your support means a lot to us. We have successfully retrieved the fund, moved it to our cat herders multisig with a little change, a small change, that we have not converted all the shares. We kept 1 shares with the Molak team. So it helps us in future whenever we want to go and request for any grant, that share that we left will be helpful. Other than that, we have 10 shares back in our Ethereum cat herders multisig. I am still to work on CLR.fund. We haven't converted it to the mainnet. I'm looking into different ways. I'm not sure. William, were you who knew about it and mentioned? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mentioning it wrong here.
Which thing?
XDAI.
Wait, with Clearfund.
Right.
I don't know so much about it. We can talk out of band about it. I think you know Arn probably as well as I do.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Maybe even
Okay.
better. So I'd say it's
Yeah.
probably just a matter of getting in touch with them and figuring out how to handle that.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I have to talk to Arn. Like I was planned to do it 2 weeks ago, but I could not do it. I'll try to get it this week. All right, that's on the funding side. Now we have some open issues and funding requests. Let me go back and check. Is there anything on the PM GitHub that we need to address today? Doesn't seem like that. On the funding GitHub, we have tried to respond to all the funding. I received confirmation from the second multisig key holder last night. I'll be executing all these transactions today, so I think we should be good on that part as well. And for the last meeting, let me try to pull up Edson's notes here. I'm sharing in the chat. The last item we see is decide on whether to pay for marketing for the website. I am not sure if we discussed this today or we heard anything from anyone. Do people have any thought, like should we or should we not go with that?
We're in the in the link, like where is the part about this?
Summary section.
Summary.
So I have shared the link
so-
in the chat.
So the people hosting the website, they wanted to know if they should do advertising for the website, do marketing, stuff like that.
I must have missed that last time. I came late last time. Does anyone have a strong opinion in favor?
Okay, let me add some background here. So I had a conversation with this guy earlier. The idea here is like the Ethereum cat herders, we produce content in terms of blogs and some videos, mostly in meeting recordings, but there are some contents which are not meeting, but they are good. So the proposal here was to talk about whatever we are producing more on social media, as well as providing short summary kind of thing. What William Jean does with some of our PPNE videos, like making a quick small video, 1 or 2 minute, and then share it and promote it. So the idea here is to like kind of hire them to do this job of promoting and marketing Ethereum cat headers.
I feel a little like, what kind of promotion and marketing would we be talking about here?
My best understanding is like whatever we do, like in terms of sharing it on social media, promoting it, like, okay, fine, this is the meeting, these are the highlight of these meetings, make small clip of that and share it again on media saying, you want to go in detail, watch this meeting.
Where would it be shared through? Like, what channels would be leveraged for this?
My wild guess would be Reddit.
As in, they'd post on Reddit with highlights of our meetings.
Yeah, maybe we should ask them what their plan is, so we get a good idea of the return on investment. Also, like, get a quote for how much they want to charge, because they were saying they wanted to put one full-time person onto this. So I'm not sure how much.
That's right. Yeah, that's a very
Someone-
good suggestion. Yeah.
If the full-time would include handling social media, I think there's a lot to talk about. I would say our Twitter is criminally underleveraged. I am personally partially responsible for that. I am well aware. But I do feel like we have a lot of untapped potential through our social media channels. If they're willing to offer us some kind of package managing social media for us and things like that, and we have the ability to kind of ensure that it would be on brand, quality, then I think there's a lot to talk about there.
Right. Yeah, I think these are good suggestions. We should try to get more information on what is their proposal, and maybe based on that, we'll get to know more about it, or maybe we'll be in a better position to take any decision whether we should invest or not. I'll add this as an item to be discussed in the next meeting, and we'll try to get in touch with the right person and have him on the call so we can discuss it.
We could also see if anyone wants to step up to the plate for like any social media stuff for people that are on the Discord server.
Yeah, that even better. I mean, like if we get some more volunteers who can actually help promote us what cat headers are doing and the content on social media, that would be super helpful.
Probably be a bit of a process there. Like, I mean, we can't really hand the keys over to someone who's new, but if people are willing to start writing content for us, then it's like retweeted to like Twitter terminology. Like, it could be a good way to kind of vet people, I suppose. Like, we won't want a situation where like someone's like, oh yeah, I can do social media, and all of a sudden they can like do whatever they want with the Twitter.
Yeah, I totally agree. There is this process that we have been trying to maintain and will be there. So if someone like, I'm not sure right now like how this will go, but will depend on the proposal mostly, how they are proposing to promote us or the content or anything in general. So let's keep it for the next meeting. I'll try to add as an agenda item. All right, the next action and decisions is create NFT for London upgrade. I think we are a little late for that maybe, but we did good with POEP, at least something worked. And we may be keeping it open and explore different options for the next upgrade, or maybe for Altair if we can do it. What do people think in general? Like, is it okay to keep it? I mean, drop it for London and prepare it for the next upgrade, or we can still do that?
I think it's fine. Like it can be relatively simple. Upload it to Foundation, Mint, and then send out the minting link to everyone who's involved, and then they can mint it for themselves. Do it private. It could be really, really quickly and done like in less than, I mean, on our side, like less than an hour.
So you said foundation. I'm sorry, I did not catch that part.
Yeah, you minted on some platform like that. Like they have a really nice UI.
Yeah,
Ah.
foundation's
Foundation's
invite
vetted,
only.
isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry that part. I was like, was it something related to Ethereum Foundation? I got confused. Sorry.
No. With Foundation, if you search for them.
Yeah, I got it.
Do you have an in there, William?
Do I have it popped up in there? No, not yet, but I can do that really quickly after the meeting.
Okay,
Yeah, I
because
think-
it's curated invite only. So like
Yeah.
you'd have to know that you have the ability to do it there. If not
Oh,
there,
let's
there are
see.
other places. Even if you have to hack a contract together, it's not exceptionally complicated. If you are hacking a contract together, I would say having a list of addresses beforehand makes it a little bit easier because then you can mint it to them and they can claim it. Well, they won't even need to claim it; it would just get minted to their address. That's probably like the simplest way to do it on the Solidity level. But I do agree that we should have enough turnaround time here if we like handle it quickly.
I think
We
Rarible,
minted
I
to their
think they
address.
should be free and not gate kept. If that makes sense.
Raribles open.
Yeah. You can have your own. You can create the ticker also if you want.
Cool.
For free.
Should we mint it to their address or have them mint it themselves? I know minting is a little bit expensive on the Ethereum.
So if you're minting to their address at launch, I don't know the UIs. I'm an app dev, so it could be I'm looking one level too low here. If you're minting to their addresses at launch, so contract deployment, if you're deploying a new contract, is a bit expensive. But otherwise, if you can kind of do it at deploy, it's I'd have to check prices. It could be what it would cost. It would be a bit costly there, but I'd have to check like how much putting a list of addresses in the constructor or like an init function maybe. Like how much that would cost. Deployment itself, if you're deploying a contract, is I believe not cheap right now also.
That being said, we are expecting London to be on the mainnet like in just a couple of days. So
day and a half.
do we think that we should still keep it for London, or should we plan it for the next upgrade? Maybe
I'm
for
sure
London
London.
should be pretty easy.
Sorry, what was that?
Doing it for London should be pretty easy. So not much check. I think
Yeah.
what I'm leaning toward for now is just not minting on their behalf, just sending them the link to the contract address, and if they want to mint it, they can mint it. Yeah, maybe we can mint some for like people who are ECH members or people who have been really helpful for ECH, who've appeared on Peep Neep.
I wouldn't mix ideas. But how's this, William? Why don't we see what we can get done today, maybe? Do you have capacity to try and work on this today?
Yeah, I can do it.
So if you want me to like try and assist there, I'm happy to try and carve out some time for that also. Like let's see if we can kind of lock in a platform and know that we're able to send whoever we want kind of like the ability to mint for themselves. Like let's see if we can get that done. I'd say probably today if possible. If we have that, then it's pretty much just a matter of locking in who we're sending to and reaching out to them and offering them addresses and asking for their addresses if they need to be added to a whitelist of people who can mint. I think another point with this also, if we've made it this far with it, is even if they don't get the London NFT before London goes live, I wouldn't necessarily call that catastrophic. Especially if the NFT is kind of there. It's just a matter of kind of getting the technical details together afterwards. I feel like it probably would be better to keep this on London.
All right, that sounds good. So what we can do is like, if you guys are working today, that's fine. And do let me know like if we can or cannot do that. My assumption with this conversation is we should be in a good position to do that. And meanwhile, I can work on the shortlisting of the members who like were on the call in the meeting yesterday or some of the other community members. And we can then decide on how many NFTs we need to have in order to be able to mint them. And happy to join any call if you guys are planning to like kind of brainstorm more on this topic. Make sense?
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. And the last item is in the action items listed here is further discuss how we can make the ECH scale, including roles and responsibilities of new roles required, as well as adjusting to funding. Yeah, we are expanding, like we are almost in everywhere in the ecosystem, and I'm really happy about it. And I would love to have more and more people join in the community, the Ethereum Catalyst community, the Ethereum community. And we would like to see like whatever contribution they are making in the ecosystem does not go unrewarded in terms of their experience, in terms of like what they want to learn and what they want to give it to community, as well as for some of the tasks that we are doing. I would be happy to create some kind of bounty for some tasks that we are opening up for the community, especially related to maybe changing any system or improving any system if we need to have. So I'm always open for any ideas and thoughts around it, like how we can make it better and add more people to the group. We have recently received some of the funding from the Gitcoin as well as from the Moloch. So I'm looking into how we can best utilize those funds. And I'm really happy for people volunteering, and I would like to appreciate their work as well as make sure that that people who are contributing are equally rewarded. Any different thoughts and opinion here?
I'm a bit nervous about bountying tasks too early in because it takes a lot of the juice out of volunteering, to be honest. If people see that tasks tend to be funded, so it just like there's less of an incentive to volunteer. So like I'm a bit nervous about that being a more slippery slope than it sounds like.
I get your point. Yeah, that is right. I would agree to it to a greater extent. But what I meant here for the bounty is not for like a small task. I meant mainly like task having a time for over 20 hours or something, for some kind of
I
adding
see what you're
codes. Yeah, like suppose some bot needs to be improved, right? So we need some people to put in good amount of time to get that fixed, because they have to understand the process, what's going on and what's wrong, and then start working on it. So these kind of tasks. Now we already have some we already have some bounty based tasks like writing notes. We do have it, and we'll try to keep it going. But for helping out other groups or other areas of Ethereum ecosystem, if we come up with some bigger tasks, we'll try to support that or sponsor that, so they get their task done, and we as a cat herder should be in a position to provide bounty for that task.
Very interesting. I get what you're saying. Good point. I don't have one off like at my fingertips, but it's definitely something I'll keep in mind.
Right. Yeah. I'm talking to quite a few people here looking for these kind of opportunities, because I have seen lately that people joining in Ethereum cat herders, many of them are looking for job opportunities. I don't know if we can actually provide a full-time job opportunity to them, but at least some kind of connection if we can create. And if the work is liked by that group, they would be permanently there or whatever. So that would be good for us. And
truth is, Sushi has opened up a bounty for someone to write EIP 712 support, like more native EIP 712 support in Ethers and Hard Hat. That might be a very good starting point. 712 is a very widely used EIP, and to have like a better API for it and Ethers and Hardhat would actually be very ecosystem beneficial. So maybe to jump on that bandwagon and to publicize that a bit more and maybe add to their bounty, I think could be a good idea.
So EIP 712 seems to be an interface proposal, right?
So yeah, which is then like the backbone for things like permit for ERC20s or NFTs and things like that. So just to get it easier to use inside, like, you know, inside those frameworks.
Do you by any chance have any link on that? Like what are they providing bounty, or what is
I
their
can find one
requirement?
pretty.
Oh, no problem. You can send me later. That's not a problem. I would be interested to know what they are actually looking into it, because for the
Too late, I
interface
already found it.
EIPs,
Yeah, I'll put it in chat. Give me 1 sec.
right? Because for interface EIPs, I'm aware that some changes are expected in future. So I just want to make sure like their goal
Oh,
are
wait,
aligned with.
you mean in category? Category wise, it should be ERC.
And it
Oh, they
says
didn't
a
put it in
standard
interface.
track.
That's funny. It's more of an ERC anyway, though.
Then it should not be here in the place of interface category at all.
We could, maybe my
Yeah.
understanding of the interface category is not good enough, but it is the backbone for a number of ERCs that came after it. If the interface category does go away, ERC 712 sure won't, because it's being used everywhere. Like it's all over the ecosystem. EIP 1271 is based on 712. Token permits is based on 712. I wish I could come up with more off the top of my head because I know they're there. It's a very, very widely used EIP.
Right. So if I understand it correct, it may be used for ERCs, but because it is an interface, they may be kind of creating some kind of connection between one app to another or program to another. So I didn't read the proposal completely, and just for saying, like, interface category is not going away. It's just that we are trying to restructure that and move some of the interface related EIPs out of this category. I mean, like in the proposal form, but to move it to the ETH1.o spec repository so they can be maintained regularly, and they if there is a small change in spec, that should be managed with the help of pull requests. So we keep the proposal up to date. So I would like to just understand how much like effort is involved in this. So I just answered. I mean, I looked for the link. Maybe I'll read into it. Yeah, this sounds like a very good starting point for bounty kind of stuff. But as I understand, they already are putting bounty for improvement of this. But yes, what
They
I
are.
meant. Yeah.
But we probably could get on
Yes.
that, is what I'm saying also. That would add our comms and also add to the bounty if they don't already have someone. There is a response in the thread of someone who said he was going to try and find some time for it. So I'd say it's probably a matter of just reaching out to them, seeing if there is someone who's already involved with it, and then deciding if we would like to kind of join in and trying to incentivize it.
Yeah, I mean, like whatever I see on higher level, my understanding is this will go out of this GitHub repository and will be moving to ETH1.o spec like relatively soon. So yeah, do you by any chance know anyone whom we can get in touch with for this?
From which end?
To talk
Like on the
about-
sushi end?
Mhm.
Not personally, but I could try reaching out to some people.
Oh, I think I got it just now. I can reach out this person. Yes. all right.
Actually, the truth is, Joseph DeLong is the one who I saw posted about
Right.
it on Twitter. Former
Right,
cat
right.
herder.
Yeah, that's
Of
what he
course he'll
said.
love it.
That's what I
course he'll
said. We
love
can reach him.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, we'll try
So
to get
do you
in
want
touch.
to take that, Pooja? You'll get in touch with him?
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah,
Or maybe
so-
if you think you're comfortable because you work more on ERC side, I'll be happy to help there. You can
So we'll coordinate at a call then.
make sense. All right, I think that was last item on the agenda, and we are almost close to the time. Does anyone have anything else that they would like to bring for today's meeting or for any future meeting we should be considering?
if you want a 2-minute summary of what I've done in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten my brain back. So I could do that.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
All right. I've been looking for resources to try and help coordinate basically a big wallet overview, just trying to get wallets together to find common problems in wallets and help people who are integrating wallets into their dApps figure out like what the major hurdles are and kind of increase awareness on both ends about that. Been looking for resources to help with comms there. The idea was suggested to me by someone else who I'm working with. EIP, ERC stuff we've talked about. I've been trying to increase my involvement in the EIP repo, just looking over, shepherding a bit. I have a couple of ideas about how maybe even to expand that role. I'm hoping I'll have something to say about that in the next meeting. I've been doing, I haven't had so much community outreach stuff in the last couple of weeks. There was an economist token signer that I know that was looking to get in touch with the graph. I was able to help facilitate that. My main onboarding stuff has been currently through Ethernaut DAO, as in the author of Ethernaut has opened up a kind of DAO for onboarding senior developers from other fields of software development into blockchain. So I've been trying to hang out there a bit, help where I can, and kind of help onboard people into the Ethereum ecosystem through that. And I would say that has been the bulk of my efforts for the last couple of weeks.
Awesome. I think you're doing God's work. We need to connect people.
Hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, William. I'm really happy. Like the main reason, what I understand, Cat Herders was brought into existence was to connect people, connect community, connect developers. But there are so many connections needed within one community. I mean, like within one group as well. And I think you are filling the gap, and it's really incredible. Thank you so much for all your work you do.
Thank you.
All right, I think that concludes our meeting for today. Anyone else wants to bring anything up?
Yes. So Pooja, I'll be I have a couple messages for you after this meeting, so we can discuss maybe some of the more nitty gritty of like the NFT.
Yeah, that sounds good. William, can you do me a favor? If you can just create a small Discord group with me, William, Shop, and you, and then we can try to like close this today as if possible, right?
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, I just looked into the images that you have shared for NFT, and it looks great. So I think we should, like after this meeting, we should get together and continue the discussion on that group so we can make quick decisions and get this thing moving. All right, thank you everyone for joining the meeting today. I hoped it to be a smaller call, but it turned out to be like really useful. And like, I'm glad we made it. Finally, my internet worked and we had this call. Thank you everyone for joining us, and see you all in 2 weeks or maybe on Discord. Have a great one.
Cheers. Thanks, Pooja.
Bye.
Bye.